Seidr, Tales of the Free Spirit, Episode 03, Protocol Odin, 3 Eras. One sign. And a woman who finally understands why her grandfather kept silent. There is a document. It was destroyed 3 times. It still exists. It has no official name. In Leningrad, they called it Protocol Odin. In Langley, Virginia, they called it Project Nordic. In a cardboard box in Bergen, with a tape label reading Grandfather and Detained's personal papers, they called it nothing at all. Because the woman who opened the box did not yet know what she had found.
The Institute for Brain Research in Leningrad was a place of possibilities in the winter of 1935. Dr. Halvard Nygaard, 33, Norwegian guest researcher, wrote that in his notebook. He liked the precision of sentences that made something dangerous sound harmless. Volkov, a small man, calm eyes, hands like a watchmaker, had shown him something that evening. Protocols, 7, all with the same basic structure. A test subject, isolation between 20 and 72 hours, and then descriptions of places, of conversations, of things the test subject could not have known. 27 reproductions. Stated as plainly as one says, "It is raining." Nygaard had read the protocols, and then he had found on page 7 of the last Soviet protocol a sketch, hand-drawn in the margin by the test subject herself. A line stretching upward, branches spreading and curving back, an eye inside a diamond, 3 marks at the base. I have seen this before. Where? In Old Norse texts. It is not a known rune. It is older than the runes. Yes, we know. Since when? Since we started looking at what the test subjects draw. That was 1923. Every test subject, every one, under the right conditions, every one draws the same thing. Nygaard wrote until morning that night. What he wrote down would land, translated and rewritten, on a desk in Langley, Virginia, 24 years later. Agent James Carlisle read the document 3 times on a March morning in 1962. He was 27. He had applied to the CIA because he believed that things needed to be defended. Freedom, openness, the right to think one's own thoughts. He had not expected that his job would involve controlling thoughts, not even foreign ones. The document was registered internally as Protocol Odin. Someone had had a sense of humor. Odin had sacrificed an eye to see everything. Protocol Odin described what happened when you left people their eyes and made them see something else anyway. On page 4, the sketch, the same one that had appeared in Leningrad on page 7 of the last Soviet protocol. Beneath it, a note from the translator. Nygaard material, original, identical symbol. Occurrences in Nygaard records, 3. Occurrences in MK Ultra test subjects to date, 19. Statistical probability of coincidental match below 0.001%. 19 test subjects, all the same sign. None of them had known the others. None of them had access to Old Norse archives. None of them spoke Norwegian. Carlisle went to the window, looked at the manicured lawn of CIA, thought, there are 2 possibilities. Either this is coincidence, and the mathematics says it is not, or the sign is real, universal, built somewhere into human consciousness like a message waiting to be received. He wrote his report. He recommended cease research, archive document. The question cannot be answered. His superior wrote over it, continue, Locate the sign. Carlyle signed. He put the folder in the outgoing tray. He sat at his desk for 5 more minutes. Then he drew on a blank piece of paper that he afterwards tore up the sign from memory, completely, on the first attempt. He had never drawn it before. Thora Nygaard was an archivist. She put things in order. When her grandfather Halvard died in the summer of 2019, 92 years old, quietly in his house on the Lofoten, he left her a box, without explanation, only her name in his old handwriting. Thora opened the box in her apartment in Bergen on a rainy day in October. Inside, letters, a leather notebook with the words 1935 Leningrad on the cover, and a photocopy, faded, copied multiple times, the letterhead redacted, on which 3 words were printed: Protocol Odin, strictly confidential. She read for 3 hours. Then she leaned back, looked at the ceiling. My grandfather was in Oslo, 1971. I thought he was at a conference. She opened the notebook, read. He had been in a conference, but he had also been in an office where a man named Carlson, not a doctor, that became clear quickly, not a scientist, something else, had shown him some documents, and had told her that a woman from Oslo, named Edda Voss, had been in a sleep deprivation program for 3 days, voluntarily, she believed. What she described in the 3rd night, Carlson had noted verbatim. Test subject, Voss, night 3, hour 69, describes spontaneously a cave, northwestern Lofoten Islands, 2nd coastal ridge. Walls, markings, one specific, like a standing being, eye in center, roots curling inward. Identical to Nygaard's sketch 1935, identical to 19 MK Ultra cases to date. Please inform Nygaard. Edda Voss, wife of a fisherman on the Lofoten. Test subject 14. Her grandfather knew this. She leafed through the notebook, her hands trembling slightly, and found on the last page, have located Voss on the Lofoten. Do not know if he knows. Do not know if I should tell him. Afraid of what he would know if he knew. Have drawn the sign 3 times. It is correct. The cave is real. Voss died in 1987. Too late. She put the notebook down. She stood up, went to the window, looked out at the harbor of Bergen in the rain. My grandfather knew the fisherman on the Lofoten. The fisherman is dead. His wife was test subject 14. The sign appears in protocols from 1923, 1935, and 1962. It appears in a text from the 11th century. It appears in my grandfather's notebook. It appears somewhere else still. She went to her desk, opened her laptop, searched Voss Lofoten House Estate, found a short notice in a Lofoten local paper, 2019, 3 months ago. House of the late fisherman Einar Voss auctioned. Inventory included. The house had already been sold, but in the notes on the auction, personal effects of the deceased, insofar as not otherwise allocated, passed on to next of kin. No will. Only documents left behind, contents of a tin, already dispatched. Dispatched. Thora called the auction house. It was 6 o'clock in the evening. Someone picked up. The tin from the Voss house. Do you know where the contents were sent? Yes, there's an address here. Bergen, strangely enough. An archivist. Wait, Nygaard. Thora Nygaard. Thora sat a long time on the phone without saying anything. Then she looked at her table. There lay, she had taken it from the letterbox that morning, had not opened it. It had been an ordinary brown envelope, a small package. On the package, in the handwriting of an old man, for Nygaard, arrives at the right time. She opened the package, very slowly. Inside, a folded piece of paper, old but well kept, folded and refolded like something that had been looked at often. She opened it. A drawing. The shape was precise, clear, unmistakable. A line stretching upward, branches spreading and curving back, an eye inside a diamond, 3 marks at the base. And beneath it, in the same old handwriting, North Bay, Second Ridge, the cave is waiting. Edda knew. Now you know. E. Voss. Thora Nygaard sat in her apartment in Bergen, in the rain. She held a piece of paper in her hands that a man had drawn who died 3 years ago, who had intended it for a woman he never met, because a dead woman had told him she would come. She looked at the sign. The sign looked back. End of Season 1. The cave has not yet been found.
Historical note. The Institute for Brain Research in Leningrad, historically documented, founded in 1918. Soviet psychotronic experiments, historically documented, conducted from the 1920s onward. MK Ultra, historically documented, active from 1953 to 1973 and made public in 1977. Test subjects kept uninformed, historically documented, officially confirmed. The symbol drawn by all test subjects, that part is invented. But the question behind it is not, is there something in human consciousness older than language, older than writing? Something that emerges when one sits alone in the dark long enough? The answer remains open, like the cave.